Good morning, everybody. This is Y with TheBurgsrun and Benson. So I'm sitting here this morning thinking, instead of just sitting here all by myself, why don't I just bring you all along? I had so much fun making the last process video. This time I have probably bitten off more than I can chew. I have this huge canvas here. My light, of course, is going to put a glare on it, so I'm trying to figure out how to do this so that you can still see it and it doesn't have a glare. So I've turned the light on my stand and we'll try it that way. Anyways, so I'm working on this peacock. It is a lot. It's a lot to do, but I have lots of time, so, well, I say I have lots of time. I do have a job, but it is my new hobby these days, so I'm just going with the flow and getting it done. I have one other light I can turn on. Bring some better lighting into this room. My craft room sits, it faces north and south, so part of the day I get really good sunshine, the other part of the day I do not. Is that better? I tend to not be able to see very well once the natural daylight is on, and so this room is not conducive for that, but we make do, right? So I'm just sitting here working on this and thinking about my day today. I drank my coffee already. And the family is up. Husband just left to go get a haircut. Daughter's on the treadmill. The granddogs are being really good downstairs. Sometimes they come up and they want to sit with me, but that being said, Benson's been at boarding school all week. And so I will pick him up this afternoon, and today is graduation day. So we have some little treats and stuff for him today. He gets a new collar, and he gets some treats and things to share with the other dogs as graduation gifts. He's been in boarding school training for the last 3 weeks. He comes home on the weekend and shows us what all he's learned. And he's a very rambunctious little puppy. And my fear is all this training he'll lose his spirit. So far, so good. He is still just a puppy with character. So I think that the training has done him well. So he's learning to listen and to follow commands that are given to him that he wasn't following before. He's super possessive of me and my husband. So the trainers all say that when we show up, that's a dog that they didn't have all week, because he just is so excited that we came back for him. So I think that he has some abandonment issues, because we got him as a rehome dog. So I think he feels like when we leave him, well, we're not coming back. But I love the little guy to death, so we're coming back. We're coming back, and we just need a dog that listens, because we do not have a fenced-in yard, and if he gets out, I need him to listen and come back home. So anyways, that's what I got going today, and that's the only thing I have going today. So It may just sit up here for a while. So, oh, I wanted to ask you all, have you ever done the custom canvases from anybody who advertises custom canvases? I would love to do one of the dog, and I don't know who is the best one to go with. I know I could try to make it myself on my silhouette, but I've never done that before, so I'm looking to have a custom canvas created. So if you could just let me know in the comments who you would use or who you have used on either Etsy or some other site, that would be fabulous, so that I could get a canvas of my dog. So this is where I'm in the boring color now. It's just all this off-white and the white boring. But it will look really pretty when it's done. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this canvas. Peacocks are not my thing. I just saw it and just thought it was absolutely gorgeous, and that I would like to try something a little more challenging. And here it is, a little more challenging. I definitely got my wish. Definitely got my wish. So I have another doctor's appointment coming up on Monday that I'm a little nervous about. So if y'all be thinking about me, that'd be great. This still is part of the back that doesn't want to work properly. So we'll see what can be done, or all those kind of fun things. But if you'd just be thinking about me, that'd be great. So what do you all have planned for the weekend? My son-in-law will be here Saturday, because if you watch my channel, you know that my daughter and son-in-law moved all of their belongings here while he's in the military, while he goes to school. And the first couple of months of his school is right here down the road, about 40 minutes from our house. So we get to see him sometimes on the weekends. And he'll be here this weekend. And we plan to barbecue if the weather will allow. So far, it looks like we'll be grilling. We're going to grill a ribeye roast. First time we've ever done that, so that'll be interesting. And just let the dogs kind of hang out in the yard. They love that. We had to buy tie-outs for all 3 dogs. But like I said, I don't have a fully fenced-in yard, just a partially fenced-in yard. And so we thought about fencing the yard, but then we decided that training was probably cheaper than fencing in the whole yard. At this point, I'm not sure which was cheaper, because training was really expensive. But so far, it was worth every penny that we put into it. The facility we used was top-notch. The trainer was amazing. I would definitely recommend it. So if you're in the area and are looking to have your dog trained and would like a recommendation, reach out to me. I'll be happy to let you know where we send our guy. He was treated really well. You can do it daycare. Daytime, we chose to board him because he is, like I said, a very rambunctious cockapoo puppy, and I was afraid that if he came home and reverted to his old ways, he would not retain the information that they were teaching him. So we went a more expensive route and boarded him all 3 weeks during the week, and then brought him home on the weekend. So, or if you have trained your dog, let me know in the comments what kind of dog you have and where you trained them at. So anybody who's watched my channel knows that I am a scrapbooker, an avid scrapbooker. I have tons and tons of scrapbooks for my kids, my pets, all kinds of stuff, work trips, things like that. And then I have a scrapbook retreat coming up later in the year at Magic Kingdom. It's actually at the Contemporary, which is the hotel right next door to Magic Kingdom in Orlando. And it's the hotel that the monorail goes through. I've never stayed there. I've been there a gazillion times, but I've never actually stayed there, so I'm really excited. 2 of my girlfriends are meeting. We're all meeting up at Disney, and we're gonna spend a Thursday through Sunday weekend scrapping and monorailing around the resorts. It'll be fun. As of right now, I haven't bought any park tickets because I don't know that my back will allow me to do the parks, which is okay. I love Disney though, and I so want to do it all. But this trip's going to be different because I just can't. I'm even thinking about renting a scooter just to get around, but I have a walker that I can take if I needed to. But yeah, just a little bummed, like this has really put a damper on my traveling outlook. So yeah. But this weekend is going to be all about Benson, the dog, because he's done so well. But at some point I have to put up the diamond painting and get ready for him, his arrival today, and over the next couple of months I need to start getting scrapbooking stuff ready, because I'm not going to be able to drive like I had initially planned. It's too long to drive to Florida with my back in the condition it's in. So I'm going to have to fly, which means I'm going to have to condense all my scrapbooking supplies into my rolling cart and check that bag and pray that they don't lose anything, because it is. If you're a scrapbooker, you know scrapbooking supplies are expensive, especially since COVID. Everything has gotten expensive, and all of the local stores are selling less and less scrapbook stuff. So we're having to buy things online or through Creative Memories in order to have supplies, which is sad. I guess it's a dying hobby, or so they say. I don't know. I love it. It's just a lot of fun, but you have to be creative, and I'm not always creative, which is why I like the diamond painting. You don't have to be creative, you just have to do it. No creativity needed. It's been done for you. So another question for you guys. How do you choose what diamond paintings you're going to do? Do you only do paintings that you would hang in your house? Do you gift them once they're done? This is my 8th one, so I'm running out of space for them. So how do you decide? What do you do with them? Help a girl out. I'm new to this. I really enjoy making them. I don't always have a place in mind for them. I don't know what to do with them once I'm done. So yeah, just comment below and let me know. How do you decide, and what do you do with your finished canvases? Right now, I just have a big old stack. I need to get some frames because I do have some that are ready to go on my walls. I have place for them. So I just need to order the frames. I got the mats already. Just need to order the frames. But now I have a whole shelf full of new canvases that I don't know what I'm going to do with. I know that I'll create them. In fact, I thought about the Disney trip. I thought about just taking diamond paintings instead of scrapbooking. It's way less to carry. And the real purpose of the trip is to hang out with my besties. That, and I think vacation would do me a lot of good. I mean, I've already lost out on several vacations. 2 Disney trips, a trip to Costa Rica, a trip to Tampa, that I just was unable to do because I can't move the way I'd like to. But it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. I don't know what the reason is for all this pain, but we'll see. We shall see. My girlfriends are worried that I'm not going to be able to make the trip later this year. We'll see. That's my goal. Since I can't run, my goal is to make it to this scrapbook event, which I've already paid for. Non-refundable. So what do you think? Do you guys show up for other events in diamond paint, or do you just do it in the comfort of your own home? I know some women's groups and churches will do like a crafting time when everybody brings whatever craft they want to do. And they just do their own thing. Have you ever done that? I've only ever gone away to do scrapbook events. And as I've said before, my husband and I are pretty introverted until I get to know somebody, and then I'm chatty Cathy. But that makes it difficult for me to just show up at someplace where I don't know people. When we first moved here, that's how I met my best friend, was by going out of my comfort zone and showing up to a meetup event for scrapbookers. That was like 13 years ago, and now many of my local friends came from that group. But I would prefer to just be in my craft room all by myself, just doing my thing. TV. So, TV. What do y'all watch on TV? I have been, lately, I didn't realize that The Amazing Race was so amazing. So I have been watching all of the past seasons of The Amazing Race. And it has just made me, well, I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But it's just making me so sad because they're going to places that I want to go and I can't. So it's kind of sad. It's bittersweet, actually. So someday I hope to be able to be more back to normal and be able to, oh, I missed a trip to India too because of my back. And it was going to be the best India trip ever. I have a family member whose husband works there for 6 months out of the year. And so I was going to meet her and have a tour guide in India. How cool is that? But I couldn't handle 24 hours on the airplane, so that trip got scrapped. So maybe next time, if she still will invite me. But that just sounded so cool to go to India. And on The Amazing Race, they go to India all the time, so different parts of India. And so I was, every time I watch it, I just I don't know, turns my stomach because we went out and got passports and all that good stuff so that we could go, and then boom, we can't go. Literally, boom. Oh, there's that. So where's your favorite place to travel? If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? If I could go anywhere in the world, I think the first place I would go would be England. No, I take that back. First place I would go is a bucket list item. I want to go and play with the sloths in Costa Rica. I am, the sloth is my spirit animal. It always has been, especially now that when I was running, because I was a slow runner. I've always been a chunky runner. I've never been a lean, mean running machine by any stretch of the imagination. But I do the run, walk, run method through Galloway, and anybody can do it. It doesn't matter how big or small you are. Anybody can do it. Unless you're injured. And then there's that. But I always told everybody I was on the sloth running team. Because I'm slow. I mean, I could keep the 16-minute mile at Disney, so it wasn't too slow. But slow enough. So, my daughter, my oldest daughter, found this tour trip to Costa Rica where you go to a sloth rehab center and you can hug them and hold them, and that's my bucket list item. And that's probably the first place I would go if I could go. So what's yours? What is your bucket list? Where would you travel to if you could go anywhere right now? And money, let's say money was not a deterrent. We'll call it a deterrent. So where would you go? I would go to the sloth tour, and then the second one would be England. We have so many friends that are from England, and we watch a lot of British TV, older TV. Like we have to watch it on DVD now, but like as time goes by and Keeping Up Appearances, Are You Being Served, Waiting for God, British Bake Off, those types of things. So I would love to actually go and eat in a British pub, get some fish and chips at a real chippy stand. Yeah, I mean, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. My husband would choose Japan. He watches all of the street food shows on YouTube, and so he would want to go there. We both are amazing foodies, so there's nothing we wouldn't try, at least try, and that would be his favorite. Street food in Japan, street food in India. We were so excited about the opportunity to go to India with a tour guide, my sister, and try all the different street foods, markets, and things like that. Of course, shopping would be a thing, right? Because who doesn't love shopping? Street markets with all of the spices. Yeah, that would be ideal. And I see how different places are. Like, I think sometimes we take for granted that we live in the best country in the world. Or let me rephrase that. What I feel is the best country in the world. But to be able to travel and see other cultures would be the best thing ever. And I remember there was a time when I did not, that would not have come out of my mouth. I was not one that wanted to travel. And then now, I'm like all about it. Take me. And part of that is from The Amazing Race. I love watching where they've gone, where they're going to. The other show, and this is like my guilty pleasure, is I love watching 90 Day Fiancé. Not so much for the drama of the 90 Day Fiancé, but to see the places that these people are coming from. Again, it's culture. It's more about the countries and places that I would probably never get to see. Colombia is one of them. I would be scared to go to Colombia because of all the drugs, but I'm sure there are safe places for Americans to travel. But of course on 90 Day Fiancé, you're seeing the raw, real places that aren't tourist attractions. Or Brazil, Colombia, places like Mexico. I would love to see the real. Like, I'm one of those people that if I traveled to these places, I want to eat where the people eat and not where the Americans eat. I want to do what the people do, not what is set aside for American tourism. Punta Cana is another one. I really want to go to the Dominican Republic. My brother-in-law's been there several times. And he actually goes for work, so he is not in a resort on the beach. He's actually in with the people. That's what I want to do. But I don't want to do it by myself, of course, because, you know, a single woman running around a strange country where you don't speak the language, probably not a good idea. So, there's that. The husband would have to go with me, but he is not assertive in any way, so that could also be an issue when you go to a country where you don't speak the language. I don't know. So what's your bucket list item? Where would you go? It's a big world out there. The Amazing Race, the season that I'm watching, I don't know what season it is, but the season that I'm watching, they went to Iceland. Was it Iceland or Greenland? I don't remember. I know Iceland is green and Greenland is ice. I do know that much. Hi, puppies. Hi. The dogs just barged their way into the room. I will have to get up in a second to let them out because they really don't want to be in here. They're just nosy, which is okay. I love them. I love having all the dogs here. I just miss my Benson, who comes home this afternoon. So it's been kind of weird for the big dogs because one day Benson's here, the next day he's gone, and then he comes back. I don't think they understand that he's the one that actually lives here. So that'll all change this week. We go back to normal. I'm sorry, next week. We go back to normal because we pick him up tomorrow. He graduates. He won't be going back. He won't be going back until later on in the year when we take him back for boarding. And then I'll have him do a refresher training course with the trainers. Just to keep you on your toes kind of thing. Because they'll already have him. Because I have a work trip coming up that I don't know if I can get out of. I will try because travel is difficult for me at the moment. But I may have to go anyways. My job is one that just anybody can't do. So, there's that. So you can see there's a lot of that white in here. There's also another white, a bright white that's going to go in here. So right now I'm just trying to do just the J's. So if any of you that are watching this have done this canvas, post a picture down in the comments. I would love to see your picture, how yours turned out. And then another question, how in the world do you make sure every single row is perfectly straight? I don't know if I'm expecting too much out of myself or if there's a way of doing it. I know that I've seen some that just place them. They don't really bother about them being straight. I guess the OCD in me is like, these need to be perfectly straight. And so I'm a little crazy about that? Is that normal? Is this what y'all do? Can you make sure they're straight? And how do you get them perfectly straight? Well, my family is doing fine, so I think I'm going to stop for now and get ready for the day. As you know, I like to do my crafting early in the morning, so I started this pretty early this morning. And I have friends that are like at 6 o'clock in the morning, how many scrapbook pages you've done already today, Yvonne? Sometimes more than some of them have done in a week or a month. Because when I get on a roll, I get on a roll. But anyways, so I am going to go get myself ready for the day and do some work. And then go get my puppy dog. So I will just add some more video of the process of this as I get a little further along. But thanks for stopping by and chatting, and thanks for all my subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please think about it. I do other things besides diamond painting. It's kind of an all over the place channel. Unboxings, shopping, running, which I won't be doing a whole lot of anymore, but Disney, just fun stuff. Oh, and of course the dog. There's lots of video about the dog because we got him and he just kind of fell in my lap, and he's very photogenic. So there's that. So anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.